You know, I may not have reviewed as many books as your usual booktube reviewer, but you know what? I almost have a complete John Green book collection review thing, so that's something I can be proud of myself at the end of the day. Thank you very much. So John Green, he is a great, fantastic writer and also a YouTuber. He has his channel Vlogbrothers and a bunch of other side projects that he does. If you haven't checked him out, he is the author of Fault in Our Stars, Paper Towns, a bunch of other books. I have reviewed 2 of his books before. I will have an annotation here or at the end of the video that hopefully you will find interesting. Anyway, I've done the John Green synopsis, like this is my 3rd time. I'm just trying to get through it at this point. So guys, before we begin, let me know your thoughts on Paper Towns down below. Also, if you want, you can play a quick game with me. If you like this book, you can give this video a thumbs up. However, if you're one of the people who don't like Paper Towns, give the video a thumbs down, and that will tell me your guys' reaction to the book. And I like one of these books, I'm like trying, because my opinion seems to be the same every time with these books, and no surprise, yeah, I loved Paper Towns. Our main character named Q, he basically becomes infatuated with his childhood friend Margot. We're not quite clear on the relationship status. He just seems to be kind of interested with this old fling that is his childhood friend. These two go on an adventure in the middle of the night, and suddenly Margot seems to be ripped out of Q's life, and he basically wants to try to get her back, and that is the plot of the book. This book really does have amazing characters. Q, he really just kind of wants to be content living. He doesn't want to have these big aspirations or anything. And I think, you know, there are parts of that I can relate to. And then we have characters like Ben, who's like the funny sidekick character. He does his part wonderfully. We have Radar, who's like the token black friend, and he even jokes about that. He actually has a lot going on for him too. And we also have Margot. I know a lot of people don't necessarily even like Margot because she has this sort of attitude. I don't really find myself when I go into stories, like, I don't necessarily try to find them, you know, fun or good and like try to relate to that as if they're gonna be my friend in real life. I just care if they're interesting or not. And Margot was so interesting. What are you talking about, book community? John Green writes complex characters. He always has. And the theme of this book is when you look at your crush, a celebrity, fuck, even Santa Claus, you shouldn't look at them as just a person with a title attached to them. You have to think of people complexly. You have to understand that they are 3-dimensional people. They have as much in-depth thoughts and ideas as you do. Because there is an instance in this book where a person becomes an idea. And you shouldn't think of people as ideas because ideas are simple and they can be described simply. And oftentimes they are greater than people. People argue, people make mistakes. People do things that don't make sense a lot of the time. They are complex. And you know, I'm gonna rate this book maybe a little bit less than Looking for Alaska, which so far is my favorite John Green book. But the thing is, I think I've just been spoiled by how fucking good these books are. Like, every time I read them, I feel good just about myself and in general, and I get a newfound perspective on a lot of ideas, and I always think that's a huge takeaway for these books. Also, at the time when I wrote the script, I haven't seen the movie yet, and so hopefully I will have that review out soon, but that's a review for another time. I'm gonna give some final thoughts here, guys. I thought Paper Towns was great. I thought the characters were great. The journey they went on were great. The ideas, again, presented, I really felt attached to. And in a world of Paper Towns, you kind of wish you want solidarity. You want something to hold on to. Like, for instance, I want to be able to close out this video with profound words that will really take away and people will use it and understand something greater than they had previously. But I've learned in a world of Paper Towns, sometimes it's good to be rooted, much like Q is, and sometimes it's good to be caught in the wind, much like Margot is. And I think that's the ultimate takeaway for this book. Anyway guys, with all that being said, I give Paper Towns an 8 out of 10. and the sole badge of approval. Because you know, you gotta love the John Green books, they're so fucking good. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, you are the best. You can check out my Twitter, my Patreon if you want to support my dreams and endeavors, and my second channel where I have all the fun extra videos. Thank you guys, you're the best, take care, and with that, I leave you.
Don't call me if you aren't already free. Guess it's usual these days, and I should start to not believe I've been tripping on my own 2 feet. You're talking about my problems like they don't